Hello, everybody. My name is Ron Megaron, and this is Just a Little Guy, a podcast in which I collaborate with some of my favorite folks from around the world to whip up a brand new batch of beasties for all your creative needs. Our guest this week is no stranger to creativity. She's the creator of the webcomic Castoff, the author of How to Webcomic, and she streams live on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She also portrays Emery Black in our monthly D&D stream, What's Left of Us. Online, she's known as the Starfish Face, but here we just call her Star. Hey Star, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being on. Would you like to tell the folks a little bit about yourself that I maybe didn't cover there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you kind of covered all of it. I also, so yeah, I'm just kind of, I call myself just an art person online because that seems to kind of encompass all of it because my God, I do too many things. I make a lot of comics. I do a lot of YouTube stuff. I do a lot. I'm just kind of everywhere on the internet. I'm just like infesting your social medias and posting pictures of my little guys.
She is all encompassing.
Yes.
What is it now? Now you gave yourself a title on the Discord. What is that again?
Which Discord? Because I give myself dumb names on all of our Discords, and we're in several together.
That's a good question. I think it's the one that you're on, like your personal Discord.
The Castoff Discord, the one for my comic.
Yes.
So my title on that's actually not one that I came up with. That was actually Jay's idea, and I stole it. My title on my own personal Discord, that's mostly for my webcomic, but also for all my other projects. It kind of expanded over the years. Is Star, and then a little emoji, and then patron saint of Blorbos.
Yes.
And it has been that for a couple of months.
It's fitting.
Thank you. It's mildly cursed because occasionally I will have to explain what a blorbo is, and I'm like, listen.
Next question. What is a blorbo?
Oh God. So it's cursed internet Tumblr speak, basically. It's just like, you ever see a character on like a show or a book or whatever, and you just love them with all of your heart and you just want to protect them, and they're just like your favorite ever, and you just want to like hold them and squeeze them, and they're just your favorite. Then in context, that would be your blorbo. It's like, this is my little guy, he's my little blorbo, and I love him very much. It's stupid Tumblr speak. I would never use it off of the internet, but I just think it's funny.
No, I think that's really funny as well. I just thought it was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not realize that was the definition. I thought
What
the
did you
definition
think it was?
just like I thought it was just like, I thought it was more or less the same thing, like just a little guy. I didn't realize that it was just like fictional characters and stuff like that you had an affinity for. I thought it was just like, I make little monsters like all day kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of, but I mean, it's less appropriate in the context of this web. I almost called this a web comic. I'm so sorry.
It sure is.
Welcome to our web comic, Just a Little Guy. You will notice it's an audio only medium. We're going avant-garde here today.
Yes.
It's very avant-garde.
We are very audio descriptive webcomic.
Revolutionizing the freaking medium.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You also play tabletop games, as I've mentioned before.
I do. They're all up in my brain.
I believe the phrase that you've used is like eating drywall or something like that. Between no, okay.
So that sprang from just like, when you're like, when like a dog gets anxious, they like chew on shit. That's kind of where that came from. It's like, I get like anxious, but it's a combination of anxiety, but like not like crippling, like it's anxiety, but it's like a good thing because you're excited, anxious type of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God, I got to do something with this energy. I'm going to chew on something. And then it eventually turned into, I'm going to just start chewing on the walls.
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't you? We got so many good stories. You know?
I know, right? Yeah, no, it's like the D&D campaigns that I'm in with you were like the first time I'm actually getting to play in a longer like D&D campaign. I've been a DM for several years, but there's something different about actually getting to play and not knowing what the heck is going to happen next. It just It just drives me to chew on my walls.
Yeah, no, I can't blame you there.
And now I say it too often, and people in my stream chat tease me about it, and they are relentless. And
yeah, stream chats generally are. They're,
it's like I say,
chat, am I right?
I say a thing, and then it's the funniest shit they've ever heard. Am I allowed to swear on the show?
Oh yeah, no, you can swear all you want.
Oh,
I originally set
Christ,
it to
okay.
I had originally set it to clean, and then I had an episode with Jay, and I was like, nah. I'm gonna cover my bases.
Now listen, I make a podcast with a friend. We've been on hiatus for a couple months because of stuff. We technically label it as clean. We say the fuck word constantly. We have not been caught yet, so it's
Well,
fine.
There are so many podcasts, I imagine that, like, there aren't many people actively combing through to be like, oh, they said shit.
They said the F word, banned from the platform. No more podcasts.
You don't get to be distributing any content on Spotify anytime soon.
You said the F word. Fuck your audio format. Yeet.
Now, if you'll excuse us, we got to go back to giving Joe Rogan millions of dollars.
We love this fucking guy and all of his shit.
He's been hit in the head one too many times, but hey,
Well, I mean, you could say the same thing about me, but whatever. It's fine.
Well, yeah.
I literally had someone in my YouTube comment. So my first YouTube video that like truly popped off was a video where I talk about all the weird ways I've been injured, and there's a lot of head injury stories in there. And I did actually have a commenter be like, you should probably get your head checked out. And it was like definitely coming from a place of like concern. But I just keep laughing over the fact that someone watched one of my videos and their only response was, you should go get a head scan because there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, it's like one of those posts where it's like, you should get some, medical attention.
You should go to therapy.
Serious. Yeah. Oh, good times.
Yep.
So you said you've been a DM a bunch of times.
Yes. I've been DMing one campaign for a group of like 8 people for we started in 2020, I believe. So a little over 3 years, I think.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I lose track. I don't know who I am anymore.
I understand.
I
can't remember when my game started either.
Big freaking shrug.
But so when you're doing that, how do you typically design an encounter?
Yeah,
like,
so for me, honestly, combat is one of the areas where I kind of struggle, and like I've gotten better at it over the years, but I tend to I don't want to kill my players, and so I try to not go over what I think they can handle, and then they always just kind of destroy me. So I've been trying to amp up my combats recently, but yeah, my base is so I do story planning for our D&D campaign in arcs. So basically, after they finish a major story arc, I'll basically sit down and plan the entire rest of the arc. Right?
Nice.
It's this is what would happen if the characters weren't there. If the players weren't there, this is all the stuff that has happened, and this is all the stuff that will happen. And then how they get their messed up little hands in there is going to change things, obviously, and then you just kind of go with that. And then usually I'll pick some sort of a theme based on what type of things they might encounter during that, and then that's kind of how I plan for my monsters, my monster encounters. And
nice.
So a lot of times it's just, I have several D&D source books because I like to collect pretty books and put them on my shelf, even though I don't actually read through them very often.
Yep, me too.
I'm a bit of a hoarder, and I like aesthetically pleasing bookshelves. Don't at me. I spent $50 on this D&D book. Have I read it? No, fuck you.
No, but look at the pictures. They're pretty.
I mean, that's basically what I do, though, is I just take all of my D&D source books, and I have a couple of non-official homebrewy type source books. I have the Tome of Beasts from, I think, Kobold Press and I love that one. That one's got a lot of cool shit in it.
I'm gonna have to check that one out because I just got the monster manual.
Yeah. It's got some good nonsense in it. But yeah, so I'll just like, once I kind of have like the theme, the general like environment, I'll kind of like flip through, see if I can't find anything interesting. And a lot of times, like the stuff that I find in the monster manuals will actually inform a lot of the stuff about the arc. Like the arc that my players are currently in, I basically figured out the entire story arc just around finding one monster stat block in like the Fizzban's Treasury of Dragons book, and I was like, well,
Ooh.
This is going to be my entire personality for the next 6 months of our D&D campaign.
Hey, you find something that works, you just kind of like latch onto it. Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. So the arc that they're currently in is basically, it's the closest thing they've had to like a proper mystery, where like all the pieces, all the clues they've been discovering seem completely disparate of each other, but they've just finally like gotten the last couple clues to put all the pieces in place, and now it finally makes sense. And
nice.
It was like this whole thing with like, they get to this coastal town where one of the players is from, and all the fish in the ocean have just fucked off and left. And so they're like, well, what is that having to do? And then they realize, oh, there's like weird treasure washing up on the shore. We don't know what that's about. And then everyone's talking about like, oh yeah, there's been this weird storm off the coast. We don't know what that's about. And then they suddenly realized, oh, it's all literally this, it's all the same thing basically, which is, I found, so dragons are like a big part of my campaign. They're like a big thing.
Yeah.
Because I like dragons. I think they're neat.
They're cool.
Yeah. Definitely watched that fake dragon documentary on Animal Planet at a formative age. Did you ever see that?
I'm sorry, the what now?
Did you not hear about this? Oh my God.
No.
Okay, so when I was in middle school, I remember very specifically, I was in the 7th grade when this thing came out, but I think Animal Planet or Discovery Channel, I don't remember which did it, but it was one of these shows. It was like their first foray into making a fake documentary, but they passed it off as a real documentary, and it confused the shit out of people. And then they just never stopped doing that, which is great.
Yeah, that's really awesome when you're an educational channel and you're like, yeah, we're just gonna
deliberately make fake shit. Yeah, but they made one about like they pretended to find like a dragon's like skeleton in like this cave, and they kind of talked about the biology of it and like how it had like sacs in its throat that would like had like let it breathe fire and stuff, and I thought it was the coolest shit, and I was 13, so I definitely thought it was real.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Animal Planet's the trusted authority. Come on.
I was in
I'm gonna paste it in here. Is this the one that you're talking about?
Yes. That's it.
Oh no, it's all free on YouTube right now.
Oh my God, God bless. But yeah, so I definitely watched that at a formative age. I was never like super into dragons. I just think they're neat, and I love the trope of this character who you thought was human the whole time was actually a dragon in disguise. Surprise, motherfucker. Is also very fun.
Yeah,
so
I don't see that trope very often.
Oh, I love it. It's my bread and butter, baby. I wish I had snuck it into my webcomic, but I didn't think about it. Oops. Next time.
You still got time. It's your show.
I don't know about that.
It's your show, I said. We had the webcomic mix up earlier. We had me saying the show thing.
Listen, now we're equal. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. It's all good.
But yeah, so like back to the D&D story is I basically, I was looking through like the dragon source book for D&D, and I found one that's called like a draconic shard, which is basically a dragon can like yoink their soul out of their body and attach it to an inanimate object. And I was like, oh, well, this is going to be my personality for the rest of this arc.
Nice.
Where basically like there's some evil chaos god that's been trying to kill all the dragons for reasons that we don't need to go into. I'll talk about it on Twitter later if people want to know. I don't care. But basically like one of his like freaking like warlock contracted like go kill this dragon and I will give you immeasurable power, like went to try and kill this dragon, fucked it up, and the dragon ended up being able to escape by bonding her soul to one of the things in her treasure hoard and then flushing the entire treasure hoard out to the ocean. But
Oh my gosh.
But that dragon was kind of like the guardian of that area of the ocean. And then once the guardian was killed, all the fish kind of got the vibe that like, this place is fucked and we should leave for a little bit till all this shit calms down. And so that's why all the fish are gone. But then that's also why weird treasure from like 1,000 years ago has suddenly been washing up on the beach. And also the storm is from this chaos god. And they're like, oh my god, it's all coming together. So yeah. You find one entry in the monster manual and you just work an entire story arc around it because you think it's neat. And I've done that like so many times.
I mean, that's a great way to do it, though. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you find that little kernel of inspiration and you just kind of build from there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've pretty much done that for all of the major story arcs in my campaign. The arc before this was musicians kept disappearing and they were like being kidnapped, and then what they found out was that there was a succubus and incubus duo, like they were a sibling pair, and they were basically charming people and kidnapping them into performing for this giant concert so that they could just, it was a freaking money scheme, basically. But it was for reasons. They were being controlled by the same chaos goddess before. Surprise! Yeah, that's kind of the whole chaos god thing is kind of a running theme, but
No, chaos gods are awesome. Like that's my favorite part. Like, not to get like too normie about it, but like that's my favorite episodes of like Supernatural are the ones where like the trickster god shows up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's yeah.
Yeah, I built an entire pantheon where it's like, oh, all these 10 gods are all like siblings and they like took turns creating the world, and then the last god was like, wow, look at all this stuff that all my siblings made. I'm gonna fuck it up. And then all the rest of them were like, no, don't do that. And now so like the 10th god in this pantheon's kind of like this banished chaos god that nobody fucking likes. And he's just fucking shit up now. That's kind of what the campaign is.
Oh my god. That sounds like it's a lot of fun, a lot of incidentally chaos.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, my players are agents of chaos, so I'm like, surprise, now you're literally agents of chaos. Surprise, bitch.
I was gonna say, is that literally like their name?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, so this is the part of the show where we throw over to the Monstermatic 5000, not the 3000.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Beep, boop, beep, boop. I got all the little...
Oh, it sounds like a coffee machine.
Yeah. With all the
It is a coffee machine.
I may or may not have lifted it from a 3D printer, you know? Oh, and here comes the other the receipt tape and rip, and let's get on to it. All right, so the Monstermatic... The Monstermatic 5000 has given us a name for a monster that it would like us to make, and this one is going to be called the Abyss Talon.
Ooh.
So yes. So what kind of things do you think of when you think of a name like the Abyss Talon?
Well, if we're focusing, I'm going to focus on the second word first because that's a noun. I guess technically abyss is also a noun, but talon's more like physical.
We won't let pesky English get in our way.
What the fuck is it? Listen, I used to be an English teacher, and nothing will make you hate English faster than trying to teach English as a second language.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's a freaking nightmare, and I did it for 2 years, and I hate English now.
Yeah, too many homophones. Yeah.
But yeah, so when I think talon, I think of things like big-ass birds or dragons.
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 Oh.
I mean,
Are you a fan of dragons?
Like dungeons and, yeah.
Oh, see, I have basements and big lizards, but dungeons.
No, well, I mean, yeah, that's obviously the superior tabletop gaming platform.
Oh, yeah.
Is the basements and big lizards platform, which, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but it was actually my idea.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very much aware.
Yeah, okay, good.
You are owed some residuals, and I gotta tell you, once that lawsuit clears, I'm sure you will be swimming in dough.
Yeah, you know, my lawyers will be in contact with Wizards of the Coast.
Mm-hmm.
My people, Lizards of the Beach, will be in contact with the Wizards of the Coast.
We're gonna sue Gary Gygax into the ground. I mean,
oh no, he's already in the ground. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Has Law gone too far?
He's going to go even deeper to the core.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Abyss Talon sounds like some kind of like spooky nether beast. Yeah. Like some kind of void falcon dragon or something.
Ooh, a void
like some kind
falcon.
of like corvidy dragon.
That's a really cool
Something
idea.
like that. Like a bird of prey mixed with like kind of more lizardy stuff.
Yeah. How tall do you think it would be?
Big.
Big?
Big.
No.
Big dragon.
Big dragon. Now, I imagine it would also be like proportionally wide, or do you think it's just like a big, tall, like stick dragon? Because that'd be kind of weird, but
okay, so the thing about birds is they're like kind of deceptive, right? So I remember once because like you see like a bird or an owl or something, and when their wings are all folded up, they're just kind of like normal and cool, and you're just like, oh yeah, it's a fucking bird. And then they fold their wings out, and their wings are like wider than you are tall, and you're like, oh fucking shit, that's a bird. So now what I'm thinking is maybe it just kind of like looks like a black dragon. It's like kind of slinky. It's like got that Vanta black scales, so it's like not very reflective. It just kind of looks like a little void. But then when it spreads out its wings are like a black hole or something. It can like suck shit in.
That's a
That's
cool
spicy.
idea.
I like
That's a nice little power too.
Yeah, it do the big suck.
Yeah. Oh no!
As we say in our D&D show, What's Left of Us, which you guys should totally go listen to after this.
Yeah, listen to it
Hey.
then, and also be sure to tune in on the last Friday of the month. I almost said last Tuesday, even though
What's a Tuesday?
What's a Tuesday? We don't have those around here. Even though this month, because our characters, side note, might be at a little bit at odds right now.
I'm killing Ron's character in the next episode.
Yes, it's going to be.
It's happening. Hey, when's this episode of the podcast coming out? Is it coming out before or after that?
So the thing is, I planned Jay's to come out on the 24th, which is when it's going to come out. I was like, it's going to be before the last Friday of the month. It's going to be just before What's Left of Us. It's great. And then we had to push it back a week. So this is going to be coming out the same week as our game. This is going to be the 31st. So yeah, this is gonna be a nice little teaser. Like, hey, is Star gonna kill me on the podcast?
A brutal murder to Vernon. Yeah. I almost called you Vernon.
Yeah.
Ron played by Vernon Fleming.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I once called myself Emery, so.
What?
Yeah.
That's my girl.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
Give her back.
I was like, I'm going to move Emery over. Oh, I mean Vernon.
That is my angry daughter. How dare you steal her from me? I'll fight you.
Well, that's going to come to a head on Friday, August 4th at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time.
Let's go, gamers! Prepare to watch some PvP.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Let's see. So we got wings that when they open them up, it's like a void and pulls things.
Yeah, I'm imagining like this kind of like long, thin, like slinky creature. It's got big claws, obviously.
Yes.
For the abyss talon.
Of course.
But like it keeps its like wings like really folded up next to it, like so it's just like this long slinky thing. Maybe you don't even see that it has wings at first, but then you fight it, and kind of like those dinosaurs that have like the neck frills, like the wings expand. It's like, fuck you, I'm huge.
Yeah. Where it's like, hey, I know I'm already big to like people, but I got to make sure that the entire globe is like intimidated by me.
Yeah, here's the thing. Shh, look at my big fuck off wings. I'm gonna smack you with them now.
Do you think that it's kind of a weird question, but do you think that it would have sharp, flat, or no teeth?
Definitely not no teeth. Good intimidating dragons gotta have some fucking teeth.
Yeah, but I'm just like, what if it's like a herbivore? Like dragon. What if it's like it's like goofy looking like that?
Herbivore's not threatening.
No,
it's gotta be spooky. It's gotta be scary. It's gotta be a threat.
Well, but here's another thing.
With a name like freaking like why would it have talons if it's an herbivore? What to
That's
like cut down trees and munch on? No, it's bullshit. It's lame.
Solid point. It's not going to be going through the fields like harvesting lettuce so that it can have a salad later on.
Yeah, it's like the fucking like giant black dragon's like, oh boy, a cabbage. Don't mind if I do. Munch, munch, munch.
I gotta say that would be a great like practical use for it though. Would be like it opens its wings and all of the food comes right at it. Like,
oh god, it's like the best friend of farmers. It's like this is how we harvest our crops. Is we have once a year we summon the abyss talon from the depths of the sea.
Yes.
I don't know. It's a sea dragon now, and it just comes up and it helps us pluck our cabbages from the ground, the cabbage plant. I almost said trees. I don't think that's how cabbages grow.
It's a fantasy world. They can grow wherever they want.
Yeah, it's like how cranberry farmers, like, instead of, plucking cranberries, they just flood the entire fields and all the cranberries just float to the top.
That was so strange when I first heard about that. I was just like, what do you mean they flood the fields? I thought they just like grew cranberries like in a bog or something like that.
No, yeah, I thought that too, because you always see like the commercials for like the cranberry juice and the dudes like standing in the waiters and they're like, this is cranberry juice and we're in a cranberry field for advertising purposes.
Exactly. We would normally not be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, and just I found out like pretty recently from a TikTok that apparently cranberry farmers have to contend with hundreds of spiders when they harvest the cranberries because they use like wolf spiders as pest repellent, as like pest control for their cranberry farms. But then when they flood the fields, where do the spiders go?
That's a good point. That's
the
really
answer
smart.
is they float to the top on the cranberries, and then when they see a farmer in their waders coming through to get the cranberries, they're like, oh, solid land. And they jump up on the freaking farmers, and now you have hundreds of spiders on you. And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, this sounds like a perfect job for Jay. He was just telling me about how much he actually loves spiders. So,
we'll get that bastard in the cranberry field, apparently.
We'll move him on down to wherever they grow those, and yeah.
Yeah, Cranberry, California. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, Cranberry, California.
I'm going to look it up, actually, because now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is the top producer of cranberries, growing nearly half of the country's berries, followed by Massachusetts, New Jersey, Washington, and Oregon. So it's north. It's a northern crop, apparently.
That's pretty cool. So we've established that it has sharp teeth because flat teeth would not make any sense, even though it would be great to make like a giant salad.
Yeah.
Just
big salad for big dragon who do the munch.
He eats the whole field. Does it have like one row of teeth, or do you think it would have multiple rows of teeth?
Ooh, like a shark.
Yeah, to really
shit.
really mess some stuff up.
Like, I want to say yes because that would be so cool, but I don't. No, you know what? I'm not a coward. Yes, it absolutely has multiple rows of teeth because that shit is the coolest.
Yes.
Imagine
so
you
scary.
see this thing and it's coming after you and it opens its mouth and it's like a goose and it has freaking like teeth in the back of its throat and you're just like, oh, I'm in hell now, actually.
Yeah.
I'm fighting a hell beast.
I was recently approached by a goose while I was out on a walk and I saw it it started to honk at me and I was like, nope, I'm okay. I'm going the other way now.
I always think it's funny when, like, I don't know, like, I literally made a YouTube video about how I'm scared of birds, but for whatever reason, I'm not scared of geese.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're just, like, so ornery, I'd be willing to fight them in the pit.
That's fair.
I'm not scared of being bitten by geese. What's their fucking bite strength? Probably not a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I used to have a dog who was the sweetest little pupper, loved her to death, did not like having things taken from her.
Mm-hmm.
But it got to a point where if she had something in their mouth that wasn't supposed to be in her mouth, I would reach in there and get bitten the shit out of.
Ooh.
And to the point where she just learned that biting me did not do anything, so she stopped biting me.
Wow.
And that's what we call being a fucking alpha Chad.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I'm not I'll square up with a goose. I don't give a shit.
No.
I'll fight him.
Absolutely.
I'll grab them by their neck and use them as a lasso.
Yeah, just like whirl them around.
Yeah. Use it as a melee weapon. Hit the goose with another goose. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I'd fight a goose in the pit for money. I'll do it.
Yeah. That's if you could turn that into like a professional like goose fighting, that would be
Goose wrangler?
That would work too. But like I guess that would also be animal cruelty if you went and did like goose fighting, same as like if you did bullfighting. But like if you were in a life or death situation and like the thing standing between you
like
was,
if it's
like, a bunch of
self-defense,
geese.
like I wouldn't kill a goose, but I would fuck up a goose.
Yeah.
To the point where it fears me.
Yes.
I do that.
So speaking of geese and feathers and stuff like that.
Oh God.
Do you think that this abyss talon, would it be furry, feathered, or fleshy?
I don't think so. I think Never say the word fleshy to me again.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about like a big dragon, right? So I feel like probably scaly, but also like we kind of started this conversation talking about like birds and feathers, and that's kind of where the talon thing came from. So maybe it's got like really tightly compacted feathers that are almost scaly.
That's
maybe like the wings are more feathery than like the body is more scaly, but the wings are more feathery. I don't know.
I gotcha.
Know.
So it looks kind of like a naked chicken, except for on the wings, and then it's like really tightly compacted.
I was thinking more like scales, not on the way. I'm vetoing any aspect of flesh dragon.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I said like chicken, because like chicken is definitely more like flesh than scales. So like it's I guess it'd be more like your standard dragon, like scaly, kind of lizardy.
Yeah, but there's like a transition from the scales to the feathers. I don't know if that's like super working out for me, but like, it's an idea, it's a thought.
Yeah, I mean, it'll give you some things to like design around and stuff, like put like little...
I mean, like if you think about it, like returning to it, like ducks are kind of feathery, but like when they're just sitting and chilling and being ducks, their feathers are like pretty compacted to the point where like water cannot protrude into a duck. And I know that's also like oil on their feathers and stuff.
Oh, maybe it's oil.
But maybe they have like really hard feathers that are basically scales or something. And then they could also use those as weapons.
Yes.
They could like shoot the feathers at people, but the feathers are like little daggers.
Or like if you get hit with them, they're like a bunch of little razors or something. Yeah, no, I like that.
It's like a porcupine, but feathers.
Yeah. I like that.
It'll fuck you up.
What do you think would cause it what would scare it? What is it scared of?
It's cabbages taken away.
It's scared of being deprived of cabbages. Got it.
Yes. It is like you try to harvest the cabbages and you're going to have a problem. But no, I mean, it's probably like, we're talking about something that would probably be like, if not an apex predator, some sort of like underground spooky time scavenger, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes sense.
So like, yeah, maybe just something that like, it just like, I'm wondering because like if it's not an apex predator, it's probably not going to have like turf wars or anything. So it's like something coming onto its turf is going to cause a problem. But I'm imagining maybe just like intruders it sees not as a threat, but it's just like more a threat to its like food supply. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna come and hunt the same shit that I'm gonna hunt. Well, joke's on you. I'm gonna eat your ass.
Guess what? Now you're on the menu.
Now you're my dinner. Fuck the cabbages. I'm gonna have some people meat. Yeehaw.
This is another weird kind of question, but what does it do for fun?
Okay. Harvest cabbages apparently.
Okay, it really loves the cabbages.
It just had like that the cabbage merchant in Avatar: The Last Airbender favorite character.
My cabbages. I'm gonna put.
Wait, no, I've got it. The cabbage merchant is like the abyss talon whisperer. It's like it only listens to the cabbage merchant.
Oh, I like that.
And the cabbage merchant befriends it and feeds it cabbages in exchange for it helping to harvest the cabbages that he can then go and sell.
No, I'm writing that down.
Boom
right now.
jams.
That's amazing. Yeah, there's this kind of not necessarily weakness, but like it's pseudo like this is gonna humanize it a little bit, sort of.
Yeah, it's got a friend. It's like this monstrous abyssal creature, but it's friends with this one guy.
Yeah, it just really likes cabbages.
Yeah,
probably,
it's got a soft spot for the cabbage merchant.
Yeah, it probably like just tracked him down or something like that, and was gonna eat him, but then he saw the cabbages and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this instead.
He's like, oh, I'll rather eat these instead. And then the cabbage merchant was like, my cabbages! Oh wait, it's a creature. I will befriend it with the power of cabbages. We clearly have a connoisseur on our hands.
A beast of culture.
Yes, a beast with good taste. Finally.
All right, I think that's. Is there anything else we need to add to the Abyss Talon? Do you think?
I like how everything except the talons has become the most important part of the
That's
creature.
true.
Oops.
Should we maybe throw in some stuff about the talons before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we should maybe do some stuff about the talons. I'm thinking like velociraptor claws.
Velociraptor claws.
You know how they have
nice.
like the big long like fucking clawsies?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe. Okay. We talked about how the wings open up and the wings are like a big like void thing. Maybe the claws can also do something similar. It can like rip a hole in the space-time continuum.
Yes!
Suck you into the astral dimension with
Yes.
a slash of the clawsies. I'd love fighting this in D&D. It would be a nightmare, but I'd fight it.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
have blast and have a story to tell afterwards.
Yeah, you'd have to stay like far away from it, and like also, I don't know, you'd have to wear like some really heavy boots, I think, in order to.
Oh yeah,
really
like the
face
iron
it.
boots from Zelda.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Oh,
I
man.
don't get hurt by the big suck.
Yeah. Do you think that the talons themselves, like, do you think there's just like one on the, like, the way I'm picturing it is like on the end of the wing, like there's just like the one kind of talon? Do you think there would just be the one, or do you think there would be like a row of talons like down the wings?
I mean, I'm kind of thinking like, you know, like they've got the talons on like the front claws and like maybe the back claws too, but then that way it can use the talons without having to like activate the wingies. Because like if we're talking about D&D terms, which is what I'm most familiar with, I'm thinking like the claw talon rip would be like a regular action, but then the big suck where it extends all the wings would be like a legendary action that like takes 2 of the 3 that it has.
I like that.
And so
idea.
it's like a special move it doesn't use all the time.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you wouldn't, I mean, that's just kind of like, why would you do that? You know, there's no challenge in that. And also, maybe it takes like too much energy from it.
Yeah. I'm thinking like the talon suck. God, I hate that I'm calling it that. But like the talon suck would be one of those abilities where it has to like a dragon's breath ability. Maybe it has that instead of a breath ability.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Where it's like you can use it, but you have to like roll a d6, and if you roll a 5 or 6, then it gets the ability back. But if it doesn't, then you have to wait, and you have to use like some other like normal plebeian claw attacks instead or something.
Yeah. You just gotta like do your regular like slash. You can't just rip over the space-time continuum at willy-nilly.
Whatever the fuck you want,
Yeah.
you're gonna cause a collapse of society. What the
Yeah.
fuck, bro?
What
Benjamin
the
Franklin's
hell?
gonna pop through and he's gonna be like, hello, I'm Benjamin Franklin. What the fuck is that? Oh my god, it's the Abyss Talon. I don't have any cabbages. Shit! Well, I guess now it's gonna eat me, Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah. We're just gonna put that like as the art for the episode, just that whole quote.
Benjamin Franklin holding a cabbage. And people are gonna be like, is that the creature? Yes.
It sure is. Oh.
It sure as shit is, bro. You know it.
Okay, I love that. That sounds amazing. What else do we need to add anything else to this guy?
I think he's good. I think he's perfect.
Big,
I think I love
wings.
him.
Yeah, no, this could be the best monster that we've made yet. And like,
Well, it's also only like the second monster that you've made.
Oh, no,
This
no,
is the second
this is-
episode, isn't it?
oh no, well we do it like 3 per episode.
Okay.
Unless you would like to just do the one.
Eat shit, Jay. My monster's better than yours.
Before I fire up the Monstermatic 5000 for the next round, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our first patron, Taru Tikkanen. Taru has been a friend since my days on the Wayward Willis, and before I even released the first episode, they had already signed up on the $5 tier of our Patreon. At the $5 level, they will receive access to our secret ballots to choose which little critters get their own special stat blocks for games like D&D, Pathfinder, and Monster of the Week, as well as early access to ad-free episodes of our show. Thank you so much, Taru. If you'd like to support the show, feel free to drop by our Patreon page at patreon.com/justalittleguy. That's Lil as in Lilith, the Mesopotamian demon. And now it's time to fire up the Monstermatic 5000. So, this is the next one that was given to us by Jay. I'm having the Monstermatic 5000 just printed out just one more time for us really quick. Okay, this is the name. It's the Zartlenboodle.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. this is the name Jay gave
What
us.
is it, Russian?
Yeah,
This is
I don't
like
know.
a Russian poodle. It's a Sartland Boodle.
The Sartland Boodle. Yeah, no, it's a royal monster or something to that effect. I
Oh my
suppose.
goodness! I'm imagining like just a big Russian poodle with like a very thick coat and a little crown on his head. It's the Sartland Boodle.
That's an interesting idea, actually. So you're saying
the
you
king
think
of
it's like
Russia.
yeah. So you're saying it's like an oversized like poodle, like literally a
poodle.
giant poodle.
A big poodle. Like, have you ever seen like one of the big freaking mastiffs that are like
Oh, yeah.
horse-sized?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Big doggo.
When I was delivering packages and stuff like that, there was a house out in the town that I was delivering where the owner had, I don't remember, I think it was like a Great Dane that was just like, I'm about 6 foot tall, and it came up to like my shoulders. I was like,
oh yeah, it's a
hey
big
buddy.
bumper.
Yeah.
The apartment complex I used to live in, there was a dude who had 2 of them, and I'm like, I'm sorry, these apartments are tiny. How do you fit 2 of those in there? And I asked him that once, and he was like, they don't realize how big they are. And I'm like, okay, but you do though, right?
Yeah, that doesn't answer the question.
It super doesn't, my guy. But no, I'm thinking like our last one was like very scary, very intimidating. I feel like this one, it's got a scary name, but it's just a big pupper. It's just a big pupper. Maybe it's got like scary teeth, but it's a lover, not a fighter.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, you know?
It's a big pupper.
Let's take a look here. So you said it's big, so you think it's about the size of a mastiff.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, honestly, if we're talking about this in terms of a creature, I'm thinking maybe it's like actually horse-sized.
Oh,
like
okay.
actually horse-sized doggo that you can ride on, because ain't that just the fucking dream?
Well, yeah, apparently. I mean, my cousin did that once when we were younger. Jumped on back of our Doberman Rottweiler and was like, I'm just gonna try to ride it, and my dog was not happy about that.
For sure.
He didn't like bite him or anything, but he was like, okay, I'll try it. And
now listen, you get to ride around on the big doggos in Monster Hunter. I want to do that with a big fluffy poodle.
Oh my gosh, I gotta get back into Monster Hunter.
Well, we got to, because we're peer pressuring Zoe to play with us, so we all gotta get back into it too, don't we?
Yeah, I gotta get back into the learning of the button combos and stuff.
Oh, what are buttons?
Buttons?
Just vibes, bro. Just vibes.
Let's see. Does it have a tail, do you think?
Poodles don't generally, I don't think, or at least if they do, they're real short.
Yeah,
little bobtail.
Let me take a look here really quick, because
I better look
yeah,
up
they
a poodle.
do. Yeah, because I see like they've like done the hair on some of them where it's like a big old poof ball, like you said.
Yeah, where it's like they're not like super long.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the toy poodles have shorter tails, so I'm imagining something kind of like proportional to that.
Okay. So like a toy poodle.
Yeah. I'm imagining it just looks like a toy poodle, but it's fucking huge.
Yeah. What do you think its favorite snack would be?
My first thought was people, and I'm like, no brain. Don't say that.
It loves cabbages.
Yeah. I feel like this would eat like, I mean, poodles, what were they originally bred for, aside from just looking fucking cute?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
They're not hunting dogs, are they? I don't think they are.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I would imagine they were just like a status symbol kind of thing, you know?
Poodle Wikipedia. What is the... What is the standard breed? Oh, we're usually used by wildfowl hunters, so they hunt birds and shit.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, it's nowadays they're mostly for show dogs. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So maybe it likes chicken wings.
Yeah, chicken. It like hunts birds just out of the air because again, it is so fucking big.
Oh yeah, you know it can jump really high. Hunts birds.
18-foot vertical leap.
18-foot.
This fucking poodle is airborne, baby.
Yes. You're just like out for a night's like stroll at night, and suddenly you see the silhouette of a poodle on the moon.
Ah woo! I got a fucking bird.
That's great. Do you think it would be able to speak?
Oh, I mean, like, my gut says no, but maybe that would be fun.
Giant sentient, like not
giant
sentient, might not be
sentient,
the
just
word,
like
but like
horse-sized big poodle dog.
it's just
Maybe that
like,
could be kind of fun.
It's like Red from the from Final Fantasy VII, I think was the name.
Or Clifford.
Yeah, or Clifford. Can Clifford speak?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
Listen, it's been a long time since I watched any of the Clifford movies, okay?
No, yeah, me too.
I think, like, in some of the kids' shows he could talk, or maybe he just talked to the other dogs. I don't know.
Maybe it was like one of those telepathic things where he was, like, thinking it, but because he's so big, his
Clifford
thoughts are...
talk? Okay, he is gifted with the ability to speak when conversing with other dogs. Okay, so he can talk to other dogs, but he can't talk to people. Okay, that's kind of what I thought it was.
I gotcha.
But yeah, well, I feel like almost it would be better if it didn't, because it would be kind of weird if this dog was just like, woof. Yeah. I'm going to go hunt a bird. I kind of like it if it doesn't.
Okay, that's fair. Then you'd kind of have like more...
dogness.
It's less explicable as to why it's doing the thing. It's just because it's a dog.
Yeah, it's a dog. Doesn't give a shit, but he loves you very much, and that's all that matters because he's a pupper, big puppy.
When does it show up?
Whenever you want it to, because it's a big puppy dog. He's a big puppy that just wants to be your friend.
So if you just call out into the night, Zartland Boodle.
Zartland Boodle, and it'll be like, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah.
He's a big pupper. I feel like this is like a significantly more domesticated pupper, but like you have to have, it's only a dog for like the best dog trainers. It's like, you know how some people say there's easy dog breeds and then there's like extremely difficult dog breeds that like you should not own unless you're very experienced with like handling dogs, because they can be like either very aggressive or they're too smart for their own good and they will not listen to you.
Yeah, they will like find a way to escape.
Yeah. I feel like this is that. This is like, if you can wrangle one of these things, you are the fucking best dog trainer in the world, basically. And so maybe they're like mostly wild, but there are few that have been tamed. And maybe like that's where the name comes from. It's like, the king will show his prowess over this creature by being he is the one who can tame the savage beast and give it thine belly rubs.
There you go, yeah. So the Zartland Boodle, because the Tsar, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like a big poodle, so it's got like that thick coat for running around in the snow.
Sweet. I love that idea.
Yeah.
All right. Do we need to add anything else to the Zartland Boodle?
A big crown on its head.
A big crown. All right. How does it keep it affixed? Does it have like a little strap, or is it like it just
floats on top of its head because he is the goodest boy.
Oh, okay, cool. I like that idea. Maybe that's like its weakness, is it's so focused on keeping the crown on its head that.
But he's a big puppy.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like a Selkie thing where it's like most people, if you can train it while keeping the crown, you're a good trainer. But some people have tamed it by just like stealing the crown off its head.
Oh,
and then it has to obey people. But then it's like there's like hostile versions of it where it's like it wants its crown back. And so it's looking for any opportunity to just fucking kill you. But it has to obey. It's like Selkie rules, right?
I'm going to pretend like I know what a Selkie is.
You don't know it? Okay, so Selkies are like these like mermaid seal women, basically. And you can, so like they're seals, but then they can take the seal coat off and they turn into like, you know, beautiful, sexy ladies.
I think that was what Zoe's original character in our Thursday game was.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. But there's like a lot of folklore around if like you steal a Selkie's coat and you hide it, then she has to marry you, basically, because she wants to get her seal coat back, and she can't transform back into a seal without the seal coat. And so people would like kind of sort of kidnap Selkies by like stealing their coat and being like, haha, you are my bride now. And it was kind of, you know, fucked up, but it's like folklore.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like that situation. It's like Selkie rules. You steal the dog's crown and you don't actually have to tame it, but there's a chance it might kill you to get the crown back.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really interesting little twist to this character, because like, you know, initially it's just like really cute, but then there's like that possibility for like a tragic backstory where like there's a whole room like let's say this king has like a room full of like just crowns just hanging up, or like a key ring.
Oh, that's
with,
so
like,
dark
out of
though.
little crowns.
Okay, So the way I'm picturing it is there's like two sides to this, right? It's like depending on how you present yourself. It's like if you can tame the dog and it's still like you see a Sartenboodle that is trained and it still has its crown, that is the sign that you are meant to rule. You can like tame this giant fucking doggo. And it's willing to stay with you and it is willing to like be tamed by you. That is a sign that you are powerful. That is a sign that like you are the czar or whatever the hell. Or if you're just a fucked up guy and you just want power and you don't care how you get it, then you just steal the crown and hide it. You play the coward's rule.
This is an awesome character, I gotta say.
Thank you.
Nice. Now another question, kind of similar to before. We said it's like a giant poodle, but like, does it have feathers?
I don't think it'd have feathers. I think it's just a big fluffy doggo.
Just a big fluffy doggo. Okay.
Yeah, that you can ride on.
Okay, nice.
Use it as a freaking war mount. It's a big pupper.
Yeah, I like that. All right.
Big
so that's the
pupper with
Zartland
a
Boodle.
spectral crown. Yeah! Big pupper. I like how we went from big, scary, scaly dragon with teeth in its throat and it can like suck you into an alternate dimension to it's a big pupper.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta balance it out, you know? Why not?
It's a big pupper doggo.
Now, another thing that Jay asked me to do was to come up with a character that was basically a giant llama.
No, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I would do that. It's you know what? It's powers.
He already had a giant doggo, and he already got a giant llama. He made one, and he put it in our D&D show to harass me. We don't need another one, Jay.
Okay, what about a tiny llama?
Pocket-sized llama.
Yeah, like a fairy-sized llama, you know, like
Fae
with
llama.
wings.
Oh shit.
Isn't that essentially what that character was, though? Wasn't it just like a fae?
No, it was a devil in disguise. Watch our D&D show, What's Left of Us, by the way.
Yes, tune into What's Left of Us last Friday of every month, except for this month when it's going to be on the first Friday of August.
Yes, we had a slight schedule change because I'm going to be gone for the last Friday of the month, and we have to see me kill Ron's character in real time.
What are you going to be doing that Friday anyway?
I'm going to be at Anime Fest in Dallas. I'm in the Artist Alley peddling my wares, as always. And if folks want, I'm pretty sure that the Artist Alley at this con is actually open to the general public. Like, you don't need a badge to shop in the Artist Alley. So, if you wanted to, you could just show up for free and come say hi to me.
Yeah.
If you're in the Dallas area.
Be like, cool. Please don't kill Vernon. Please.
And I'll be like, I'm going to do it anyway.
He's going to die. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it because he fucked up. And I was very clear with Ron that if she ever finds out he has an association with the cult that like basically killed her, she's going to end his life.
Now, I don't remember
that.
this conversation, but
oh, I've been telegraphing that for a long fucking time, my guy. I can find you the timestamp where I mentioned it in the table talk session.
Oh no, I believe that completely. I'm sure you have said. Okay, well, moving on to the next monster that is definitely not me or you, for that matter. So, according to the Monster Medic 5000, which just spent about 20 seconds printing this out, let's see. This monster has the ability to take your mind.
Oh?
Is
this still the llama?
No, it can be.
No. Please no.
It has antennae, and it enjoys doing burning damage to people.
Huh.
And its weaknesses is that it has too many heads and eyeballs in weird places.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'm imagining like a human Hydra situation, but I have also been watching too many videos about fear and hunger recently because that is my new weird topic that I've been searching on YouTube far too much.
Is that like are you talking about the game? Yeah. I think Super Eye Patch Wolf did a video on that.
Yep. That was the tipping point into that just down the rabbit hole moment, basically.
Hey, that's fair.
But yeah, there's a monster in that game called the Human Hydra, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a bunch of fucking people, like, all smooshed together.
Ooh.
And they eat children, apparently.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, so maybe this is kind of like that. It's just like, do you know what a rat king is?
Yes.
This
Where,
is
like,
a
they
rat
all
king,
get
but it's
attached
with
by the tail.
people. Yes, this is
Yeah.
a rat king, but with people. And maybe it takes your brain.
Yeah.
Because it's just so fucked up. Ooh, no, wait. It, like, if it attacks you, it fucking lobotomizes you, and then you get added to it.
Yeah, so what if it was like it has, so we were talked about like Rat King like literally a second ago. What if it's like it rips out your head from the spinal cord and like attaches you by the spine?
Yes.
Like Predator
And then
style.
it does the fire damage because it roasts the rest of your body and eats it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
It has like a centralized head that like is kind of like, we're going back to dragons, but
It's a head horde.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
Gross.
Now, do you think this thing would have legs, or do you think it just kind of like rolls around?
I feel like it's more fucked up if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of ambulates on, like, it's like a fucked up Voltron, but it's only heads. And it just, like, waddles around on, like, the two lower heads, or, like, a collection of the lower heads that are just, like, all covered in dirt and, like, gross crap.
Yeah, they're,
and,
like, really, like,
they
rough.
scream as it runs.
Oh, that's horrific. You could just hear it coming from like a mile away.
It's like all the like heads can like still like speak kind of. It's kind of like a little bit Envy Full Metal Alchemist, if you guys are familiar with that series.
I'm gonna pretend like I am. I imagine the audience
I'm gonna
is.
send you a picture of this 1 second. It's technically spoilers, but it's fine.
That's okay. I will forget. The thing about me and spoilers is that they do not stick around very long in my brain.
Here, I'm gonna send you a picture of this fucked up son of a bitch. Look at him.
Okay, let's take a look.
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh God, that's atrocious.
Yeah, and so in the anime, they animated it with CG, so all the like extra heads and arms are like constantly like moving around and getting absorbed by like the other heads, and like new ones are sprouting up constantly. It's super fucked.
Oh, that's messed up.
No, it's super cool. But yeah, so I imagine that maybe this is not quite that. Maybe it just like has a set amount of heads, and the amount of heads it has is like how long it's been alive and how many people it's killed.
I like that idea. It kind of reminds me of there's this kind of witch, and I can't think of what it's called right now. I think it's like this. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. But there's this kind of witch which will go around and basically Frankenstein herself to like stay young, to like so like she'll murder people, take their limbs. And like
kill a man,
just body
take
parts,
his arms.
Yeah, and just like attach them to her body and get rid of the other ones in order to, like I said, stay young. So that's kind of, I guess, what I think of that is like as it goes along, as the faces get like ground down into the dirt, maybe it needs to like replace it. So like maybe it takes the heads as like new shoes.
Oh yes, it like adds like new heads to its collection as they kind of get like as they get ground down. Maybe the heads kind of like move towards the center, and they're just like these fleshy mounds, basically, that the other heads get mounted on. It's just so fucked up.
No, that sounds great. That's the way it like protects itself too, because otherwise it would just be like exposed spinal cords. And, you probably wouldn't be able to ambulate very well with that.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, it's just like it takes your head, it just rips it fucking off your spine, attaches it to itself, and then you become one with the beast.
And then it burns your body while you're watching.
And eats it. Yum, 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 tasty.
Yes, with ketchup.
Ooh.
So we kind of went over like, can it speak, but can every head on it, do you think, speak like in a
Maybe.
coherent way?
I don't. I feel like maybe it pretends to like lower your guard if you're fighting it, but it's not. Maybe it can't actually.
Like maybe it can mimic voices.
It can mimic the voices of people whose heads it's taken, but it's not actually them anymore. Once you are part of the beast, you are the beast, basically.
Yeah. Because that'd be a good one to have, like, if you're down in like a dungeon or something, like searching for a missing person, and then like, you know, you hear their voice and you go across the coder and oh, guess what? It's this guy.
Surprise, bitch! It's the we still need to come up with a name for it.
it's many eyeball.
It's headed
Headfoot.
Horseman.
Yes.
We need to come up with a cool name for this shit.
The headed horseman.
No, because it doesn't have a horse though. I was just like headless. What's the
It rides
opposite of
the
headless?
Zartland
Many
Boodle.
heads. No, not the good doggo.
The skull taker is way too literal, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's already somebody else.
I'm trying to think of something with like cranium and like cadaver.
This is the fun part. The cranial cadaver man.
The cranial cadaver mound or something like that.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Cranial mound is a really interesting one. Or like,
ooh, no, I think I like that.
yeah, like because now I'm thinking of like it's like a bunch of chattering mouths. I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah,
right now.
gibbering mouther. That's a D&D
That's
monster.
the one. Yeah, I was just looking at the monster manual like pretty recently, and that was one that jumped out at me, and I was like, oh, that's atrocious.
Yeah, no, it's a nightmare, and this is worse.
Yeah, so
This is
cranial
that, but worse.
mound. It sounds like a Diablo character.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky.
Call me, company that makes Diablo. I've never played your games, but I'm here to come up with monster designs for you. Haha.
Dear Blizzard.
Yay! Oh, it's Blizzard? Then fuck that. I don't want to work for Blizzard.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard some shit, bro.
Yeah. No, me too.
I'm good, actually.
Okay. This is a pretty fucked up guy.
Yeah, he's a fucked up guy. We had like a cool one, we had a cute one, now we got a fucked up one. Let's go. We're covering all our bases. We're professionals.
Yes. I feel like because another aspect of the show is anybody who signs up at the $5 level on patreon.com/justalillguy also gets the ability to vote on which monster will be made into a stat block.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is going to be a very even poll. Like, you know, because these are all so interesting, like his characters.
Do we want to talk about the one we came up with on stream the other day?
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's do it. The Ballinger Beast, as I've nicknamed it.
No. So for context, Ron is one of my mods on my stream, and so we were just kind of like, he was in my chat, and I was just like, you know, shooting the shit while I draw, as I do. And I don't remember the exact context of how this came up, but we were talking about like making a knockoff Mothman, but it's a milkshake duck.
Yep.
Because like there's that internet phrase of the milkshake duck where it's like something like kind of goes bad if you look further into it. It's like, oh yes, welcome to this news story about this cute duck who loves milkshakes and everyone loves the milkshake duck.
Yep.
And then the next update you hear is, we actually found out that the milkshake duck is super duper racist. So maybe don't enjoy the milkshake duck anymore.
Actually, we didn't do enough research. The milkshake duck is a Nazi.
Yeah, so we don't actually like the milkshake duck anymore. It's not cute anymore. No. So we've come up with that, but it's like Mothman.
Yep.
And so the idea is like the milkshake duck is this fucked up cryptid, and when you see it, it means that a big influencer is about to get canceled.
Yeah, and it's like you'll hear it because like it'll be coming through like strumming a ukulele, I think was the thing.
Yes,
that we
the
said.
ukulele. I forgot about the ukulele. You hear the sound of a ukulele coming out of the woods, and it's the milkshake duck, and it anticipates when a large influencer is about to get publicly canceled.
Yeah. I'd say
Mothman, like hypothesis, like when people saw Mothman, it was a sign that a bridge was about to collapse or like something else really bad was about to happen. This is that, but for internet culture.
Yes, I think that's very much a monster of our time.
Oh yeah.
And I think like the other thing that will happen is that maybe it starts to ruin like content, like as it's being made, like if it's in the area, like there'll be a dead body in the background. I don't know if that's like too tasteless.
God!
But like, remember like a few years ago when one of the Paul
I know
brothers...
exactly what you're referencing.
Yeah. But like something like that, or else like just something weird will happen and like will cause that person to have to I mean, I don't know though, because usually when people get canceled, it's because they shot themselves in the foot. It's not like
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe it has like a hypnotism effect, but it's not like straight hypnotism. It just makes you feed into like, like the call of the void, where it's like you're standing at the edge of the cliff and you would never actually jump off the cliff, but your brain is like, jump off the cliff.
Yes,
maybe it just
thoughts.
it just strengthens your intrusive thoughts and makes you actually like act on them in a way that you never would.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get canceled.
There you go. That's brilliant, actually. It has like, it's like telepathically just like, hey, guess what?
It doesn't like give you the intrusive thoughts. It just strengthens them and makes them stronger impulses that you then kind of, you have to like resist the urge to act upon them. But a lot of times if you fall victim to the Ballinger beast, it means, I love that fucking name. If you fall victim to it, it's like, it's more common because it takes an immense amount of willpower not to act on it when it is trying to like strengthen your impulses, basically.
Yeah, you definitely have to roll high on will saves. I'm thinking that like,
and then every single YouTuber apology video will blame it on the Ballinger beast.
Yes.
Even if it was even like whether or not it was actually involved. Like people will start faking Ballinger beast sightings to like as a get out of cancellation free card.
I can see it now too, because they would do like the YouTube thumbnails where they do the soy face where they're like pointing in the background and like,
it's the cancellation beast. That's why I did this stupid thing. It's like instead of apology videos, people are like, the Ballinger beast made me do it.
Yeah. That's man. That's definitely more of a Monster of the Week character, but yeah, that's
No, listen. Use it. It's fucking great.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's great. I was when you came up with that like on stream, I was just like, how the fuck? That's when I knew this was going to be a good episode. And just I don't know like how we could possibly top that, but that's
no, listen, it's primo content, my dude.
It really is. This is gonna be the thing that gets this show canceled on episode 2.
On episode 2, let's go.
Next,
look out for my new video. The Ballinger beast made me do it. Question mark, exclamation points, in parentheses, real, in parentheses, not clickbait, in parentheses, emotional.
Yes. Should we? You know what? We never actually went over like what this thing looks like. Like I know we said like it was a milkshake duck. But
it's a big fucked up anthropomorphic duck. It's like a fursona duck, basically.
Oh,
like how Mothman is a big, he's just a dude with moth wings and a very nice ass. I feel like the Ballinger beast is just a big, weird anthropomorphic duck.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense.
And it has to be like weirdly attractive because it's like, it's kind of feeding off of influencer culture, and influencers are like always really attractive.
So like it's got like really
like big
ripped
pecs.
abs and like
but it's like a duck though is the thing.
Yeah, so it's like oh geez, what's a good reference point? It's like Markiplier if Markiplier was wearing like a really disgusting like duck disguise kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, like a duck fursuit. Yeah.
Because the first thing that I pictured like when we said it was like Karoo from One Piece. Just like with a milkshake attached to its like neck.
No, it's carrying a milkshake. It just got back from Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Even better.
Starducks.
Starducks. That's what it says on there too. Like.
Yup.
Yeah.
No one's ever gotten close enough to the cup to be able to tell, but the cup does say Starduck.
Yes. But I like the idea of like the fucked up like guys. Conventionally attractive body, like
and webbed feet.
Oh my God, yes.
And like duckbill. Very sensual eyes.
It's perpetually in duck face.
It's like smolder duck face.
Yes.
Someone's into it. You know that someone's going to be into it.
There's going to be some really inappropriate content made of this stuff that you're then going to have to write a video about. The one time that somebody took a creation of ours and went way too far.
No, listen, it's free real estate, bro. It's like any advertisement's good advertisement. Fuck the milkshake.
Hey, I'm not going to complain, you know. If you
Listen,
wanna...
there's a subsection of Twitter that will be very into the milkshake duck, and we have to advertise to them.
Oh, I know. We, like you said, we got to cover our bases. You're the marketing genius here, you know.
Yeah. Hey, monster fuckers, come check out our weird duck man.
But don't get too close. He might cancel you.
He'll cancel you if you get too close.
I think it's like big power could be like a mass cancellation kind of thing where like maybe makes just like influences like a whole bunch of people
it like finds a hype house, it invades a hype house and just cancels everyone inside.
Yes.
It's attracted to hype, like influencer YouTuber hype houses.
Oh wow, that's a great idea.
And so in the modern day of the era of the milkshake duck, having a hype house is notoriously dangerous because you risk attracting the milkshake
duck. Oh my.
And then there will be a mass cancellation of everyone in the building.
And then what, like, so if we were going to put this in like a D&D context, do you think it would be like near troops of actors? Like kind of
something
thing?
Like that, yeah. And maybe instead of like proper cancellation, it drops your charisma to 0.
Yeah, there you go. It makes literal stink lines come off of you, and
yes,
yeah.
And then everyone hates your ass because you're a fucked up weirdo because you got touched by the milkshake duck.
Yeah, you suddenly become like socially awkward in a bad way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then no one can stand to be around you.
Yes. Oh God. It's too real.
Like trying to fight it lowers your charisma, and if you stay in a fight with it, if it kills you, like even if you get revived, your charisma is permanently at 0.
Oh no, that's horrific.
Yes.
Oh no. Okay. I love that. That's a great idea.
Milkshake duck.
Milkshake duck.
Our fucked up creature with smoldering eyes and duck bill.
Yes. Oh God. And, the Starducks cup, of course. Branding.
Yes.
All right, well, let's go do it for this episode of Just a Little Guy. Thank you so much, Star, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. Looking forward to doing it again in the future.
Yes.
Really quick, where can people find you if you choose to be found?
Yes, you can find me all around the interwebs. I am the Starfish Face, no punctuation or anything, all one word, on most social media platforms. I'm going down with the ship on Twitter. That is still my main source for screaming. I am also recently on Blue Sky, so I've been posting some of my rambles there. I'm also largely on YouTube, the Starfish Face. I post longer like storytime videos every other Monday. And I've been posting a lot of shorts recently. I do both like storytime content, but I also do like talking about art stuff and various things of that nature. If you ever want to make a webcomic, you got to watch some of my videos because I do a lot of tutorials and stuff. I'm also technically on Instagram and I'm technically on TikTok. Yeah, technically. Also, I have a webcomic called Castoff, and if you want to see some slightly less monstrous, cute little guys, you should read my webcomic. They're all traumatized. It's fine. You can read that at castoff-comic.com, baby. New pages every Monday and Friday.
Thank you again for being here. It was a pleasure. I have to say, as a like kind of a I don't know what the endorsement of Star's like YouTube channel, like I've been hanging out in the chats more frequently lately, and like the entire community is stellar. Like they are just the nicest people you could ever meet. It's really helped me kind of tackle a lot of my creative blocks as well.
Heck yeah.
This show is kind of exists as a result of like being in that space. So definitely go and check out all of Star's stuff. Go follow her everywhere. And yes, thank you again for being here, Star.
You're welcome. I'm glad to hear it. That's really nice.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for all you do.
Absolutely. I do my best, and I'm glad it was helpful.
All right, guys. We will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Just a Little Guy. If you'd like to help support the podcast, please leave a review on your podcast app of choice so that it will be recommended to other listeners like yourself. If you'd like to support us monetarily, head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/justalittleguy. That's Lil, as in Lilith, your favorite Rugrat. For more information on our guests, be sure to take a look at the links in the description, and please remember to subscribe so that you won't miss any of our new monstrous creations. Until next time, beware the milkshake duck. Last Tuesday of every month, and sometimes the middle of the month.
What's Tuesday?
What? Tuesday?
You said Tuesday again.
Oh my gosh. I meant last Friday.
Your brain has the Tuesday curse.
I guess so. I'm thinking about when I go back to work next, which is Tuesday.
Wah, wah.
Well, that's not
Oh,
true.
no.
It's actually in like 2 hours, but
Oh no.
so let's try that again.